Jimbo, let's get on into the Pakistan-India controversy. So I don't know how much you've kept across this, but big news today. And it's a big story, and I'm sort of glad for the distraction because it takes away from the fact that Pakistan just destroyed Australia.
Yeah.
Destroyed Australia in a 3-game T20 series. Now, we play one more warm-up game before the World Cup against the Netherlands, which I'm now not confident we win. And then we're straight into it. I was shaky on our T20 chances before this, and this series against Pakistan was woeful.
Yeah.
Australia lost by 22, 90, and then 111 runs. And the guy I maligned in the test series, Cam Green, was pretty much the only guy who did anything with the bat with a couple of starts. But the big news about Pakistan, despite the fact that they have a guy who potentially chucks the ball, but that's a story for another day.
Yep.
We might get into that later, is that they are boycotting the World Cup game upcoming in about 3 weeks' time against India. Now, we know politically massive rivals started in the 40s with, the UK withdrawing from the Indian Raj and the British Raj and all that sort of stuff. It's a very complex web of things, but it's spilled over into cricket for many, many years. Great rivals haven't played a bilateral series with each other in the last 12 years. And bilateral means just India versus Pakistan, 2 teams. They don't do it. They only play against each other in tournaments where other teams play. So this is how fragile this relationship is. And now, by order of the Pakistani government, in a statement today, the Pakistan team will play in the World Cup, but they refuse to play against India.
Whoa.
So this is on the back of last week. Remember when Bangladesh got told that, well, basically you can't play because they put the request forward to the ICC to play the games in Sri Lanka where they felt safer than playing in India. That was denied. They got 24 hours to respond. They didn't respond, so the ICC says they're gone. Pakistan were not happy about that either. They thought that Bangladesh were harshly dealt with. They were the only country who officially voiced their opposition to that decision. So then this week they were thinking, do we even go ahead and play or not? But now they've made the more contentious decision of saying, yeah, we're playing, but we are not playing India. We are not playing India. So this bitter rivalry gets more and more bitter. And there are a few very interesting statements that came out about it. So there was obviously the Pakistan official government statement, which was the government of Pakistan grants approval to the Pakistan cricket team to participate in the 2020 World Cup. However, Pakistan shall not take the field in the match scheduled on the 15th of February against India. Harsha Bhogle, who is a very well-respected Indian cricket commentator and journalist, he tweeted today, and this is something that occurred to me straight away too. It'll be interesting to see how the response of the ICC if Pakistan go to the World Cup and don't play. I don't know the legal position. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a broadcaster's loss that Pakistan is fined because this is the biggest commercial game. The most people in the world will watch Pakistan versus India. So the fact that that's not going to happen is enormous. But the question Bhogle puts forward is, what happens if India and Pakistan make the final? Do Pakistan, on the same moral and political grounds, with the World Cup at their fingertips, say, we still refuse to play India? What happens there?
All I know is it's the viewers that lose out.
Well, that's true. It's a conundrum. It's a huge conundrum. It's not surprised. I mean, it's a little surprising that they've, I think, made the half decision. That they're attending the World Cup but just not playing India.
Yeah. So I may have missed it or misunderstood it. So they're going. They have a matchup, but they'll forfeit.
Yeah.
And then
essentially.
And then just continue to play everyone else in the
rest of the group stage and hope that they get through by playing 6 out of 7 games or whatever. Yeah. That's not the first time it's happened, though. It's happened with other teams in the past about safety concerns. So obviously Bangladesh
in terms of where they were playing.
Yeah. So in the 1996 World Cup, which was in Sri Lanka, there was a terrorist attack in Colombo before the Australians were due to travel there to play or travel nearby to play, and they pulled out of their game. So did the West Indies for a similar reason. And Australia just missed that one game and they got through to the finals and made the final of that World Cup in 96 against Sri Lanka.
Wow.
And Sri Lanka beat them in the final. Aravinda De Silva scored a great ton for those who remember the 1996 World Cup final. There was that, but 2003, England and New Zealand both pulled out of some games as well. New Zealand, I think theirs was in Kenya because of the South Africa, Kenya, Zimbabwe World Cup. And England pulled out of Zimbabwe I think their game was in Zimbabwe. And there were political reasons there. That was Tony Blair, the Prime Minister at the time, saying for certain reasons they're not playing in certain places. So
Yeah, okay.
there's a history. It's very messy. The ICC will dictate some sort of punishment or some sort of response here. Heavy fines, disqualification from something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
this is, yeah.
Is it a tall order for Pakistan to still win their group given a forfeit?
Not if they play like they played against Australia. Bloody hell. If they play like that, they'll kill everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so look, it makes it tough. It does make it tough, although India is a tough team, so I probably would have picked India to win that game anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But still, it's probably a 60-40, I would say, based on form. So it's a big game for them. The thing about the format of the World Cup at the moment is there's 20 teams and 8 make it through to what they call the Super 8s. And so you really only need to win a couple of your group stage games to have a real chance of going through. So it's not a deal breaker for them.
Yeah.
But the potential consequence from the ICC is big. So,
and like you said, if they face off in the end, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Do you stick with the decision, or do you fold? Which arguably is a bit awkward at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's been a really tense few weeks of international relations and sports, hasn't it? Like the Morocco-Senegal thing, India-Pakistan's always bubbling away.
True.
We spoke about the handshake stuff the other week.
Bangladesh, yeah.
The Russia-Belarus flag, the Australian Open, that's a continual issue.
True.
Ukrainians not shaking hands of Russians or Belarusians.
Yeah.
Yeah, all happening.